West Coast Madden Podcast. I'm Shanegotyou11. With me, as always, is Trey.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Appreciate you being here on a Thursday. Um, yeah, I appreciate you guys being in here on a Thursday. We are currently live. We got the Madden Challenge currently going on, which we're going to be getting into later on in this podcast. But I hope everyone's day is good. I hope you're having a good week so far. And do you guys hate it whenever you microwave something and then it's too hot and then you end up burning your mouth because I just had that happen to me not too long ago and it sucks.
And then when it slowly starts to peel off on your mouth.
Right. Right. It's pretty.
Oh, here,
Yeah.
I'll add to that, bro. When you're about to eat, you're so hungry, and you get fast food, let's just say, and they actually cooked it fresh, and it burns the hell out of your mouth. That's horrible, too.
Yeah, that's horrible. So yeah, and then so there's that, and then also this is another question that I want to ask you guys. If you could create one law in the world, like what law would you create to make people follow? That's going to be a thought-provoking one. I think I know what Shane's law is. Shane's law is that if you play Madden and then you click off, then you're just going to be executed. So.
That's a good one, bro. No, they won't die. They'll just get banned. Damn, that's a good one, bro. What law would I pass?
Yeah.
What law would I pass? Like, what law is not out there that should be out there already? Or maybe how about a little harsher?
Yeah,
I think
you can do that too.
Here, I'll say this. I think pedophilia, I think people should be executed.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, they give, like, warnings to certain ones. Like, it's like a DUI the first time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, they get in trouble.
Yeah. And then even when they get caught doing it, they're like, they get put in, like, separate population. So they're like, so they get caught and then they're like protected even when they're in jail. So I would probably agree with you on that.
Because that's the worst thing, bro. Like, I mean, you're taking innocence, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, definitely let me know what you think about that. Moving on, we did have I'm gonna do a recap of the Madden Challenge so far. So far, we had Group A. Joke ended up coming out on top. There's two other people that ended up advancing. Lil Man, he ended up going 1 and 2. Crush ended up going 1 and 2. And Bugs ended up going 1 and 2. And Bugs is the one that was eliminated because of the point differential. So,
yeah, Bugs got sent home, huh?
Yeah, Bugs got sent home early.
Wow.
And it looks like the way it looks is that because Bugs is the number 1 seed, so he's gonna get a bye tomorrow, and then he's not gonna play until the quarterfinals. So I think Joe's kind of my favorite to win this tournament, though. Because he's been close like so many times, I feel like this is going to be the one that he ends up getting. But the group that's being held right now is between V8 Dimes, you got Henry, Rage, and Clef the God. The current game right now is between Rage and Henry, and right now Henry is up 14-6. Late in the third quarter, so that's an update there. But Shane, who do you like it? Like, have you heard of V8 Dimes? Is he an Xbox guy or is he a PS4 guy?
He was an Xbox and PS4 guy back in the day. he is now at Xbox. I hope he does well. He was on Gamer Saloon. He's a pretty decent guy. Me and him played each other if it's the same guy.
Okay,
But
that's cool.
I
And
mean, he's
and
pretty
and
cool.
right.
Hey, I need you honestly, Trey, right now to check the live stream, bro. I It started again, man.
What
So,
started?
what
What?
about we talked about in Discord?
Okay. Let me take care of that real quick.
Little Red already did,
Okay. Shout out to Little Red then.
but
She's one of
she's a
the mods
mod.
was in there.
Yeah, one of the mods,
Yeah.
man. We just got to get it handled, man. Me like. Anyways, going on.
All right. So yeah, VA Dimes. Crush is someone that you played quite a bit back in the day. He was another one that you played back in the day. So wait, so was that Crush that did that field goal glitch on you, or was that someone else
Field goal. No,
back
that was Space
back
Jam. You
when?
talking about pausing it?
Yeah. Oh, that
Y-
was Space Jam.
Yeah, that was Space Jam, bro.
Uh,
Crush is a guy that I won't air it out on here. I don't want to air it out. I want positivity. I don't want to say anything.
gotcha. No, but that group is kind of hell. I mean, Clef. They actually showed which is kind of cool. They showed the draft process, so you kind of got like an inside look of everyone's draft, and they were kind of talking about their strategies, and it looked like Clef kind of got a good draft, so it's gonna be interesting. But this next group is guys that I'm not too sure. You have Noah, which I don't know who that is. Um, you have Deliverance. Deliverance is kind of always there. He got blown out by Joke in the first round of the club series, but he did end up winning the Pittsburgh Steelers live event. And you have JD the Killer.
That's so crazy. JD, man.
And you have another up and comer in Taylor Gang. Taylor Gang's a ex-boss guy. I know he plays with Dubby, so I believe this is his first live event. So I think out of this group, the only person that you play against is JD, right?
Yeah, JD has given me some issues though. He's pretty good. I mean, I beat him the last time I played him, but I believe honestly I've only played him in salary cap in 2 years, and I think I'm 1-3 against him. He's pretty good, man. He's pretty good. He was better last year though, which is see that's just what it just in my opinion, anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think this last group though is probably the most entertaining for me to watch. It's between Young Kiv, we have Ghost, we got Wesley, aka Joe Rice. I don't understand why people are like I don't know if they're trying to like rebrand themselves or what, but it's they like they like change their names every now and then.
Is
I
he
don't
going to
really
West
understand.
by Wesley G now or no?
I think it's just Wesley, as far
Well,
as
yeah,
I
well
know.
that's his
But
real name. See, he started out as Joe Rice on Gamer Saloon. That's how I knew him, and then he changed it up right when he started to get like a pro-ish, I guess I'll say, semi-pro, and
right,
then now he's going over West. It's kind of like that's why I always did Shanegotyou11 because I don't want to be like Tum Tum 42 and blow up, and they're like, "What's up, Tum Tum?" I'm just making up something.
yeah, yeah. And then you have K Mac. K Mac is he's a weekend league specialist. I know, and I know that there's a lot of K Mac fans. I'm sure he is kind of popular. he's one of the best MUT players out there. So, but I mean, and I said it too, like when he played in the Arizona Cardinals, which fate would have it, Voltrax would end up winning the entire.
Yo, I got a funny story. I'm sorry. Go ahead about Voltrax and his friend. Go ahead.
Okay, okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to get to that story real quick, but
Okay. So I'm playing this guy today. I forgot to
right.
tell you this, Trey. Do you know who I am?
Yeah, do you know who I am?
So he fake punts on me twice. I told you this off air. Punt
Yeah.
safe. He broke a couple tackles. So I rolled him and I said, "Good game, man." But the fake punts are kind of fake to me, a little bit lame. I mean,
Right.
I wasn't upset. I was just being like honest. And he goes, "Yeah, man. I know, bro. But my friend told me that." And I go, "What, Volt?" And he goes, "Yeah, he's my good friend." Oh man. I said something, but I can't say it. I'm not gonna say it
Yeah.
on here.
Yeah. I would think that he was probably just trolling at that point. At that
Well,
point, he probably
I
he.
looked at his name. He's friends with some pros, at least on the PSN.
Okay.
So I don't know if he is or if he's just making like like money games. Maybe that's why he does that or what.
Yeah, yeah, no, that is pretty funny for sure. I don't know. Volt kind of. He seems pretty cool. Minus whatever he has going on. I mean, we could talk about that. I mean, obviously it wasn't right about what he said, but at the same time, when you're young, and, Volt, he was raised by his grandpa who's like 80 years old. So kind of something that, of course, it doesn't make it right. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, you know.
Right.
But
And I mean, a
yeah,
lot of
but
people here. I'll say this: a lot of the people that said certain comments that are
right,
pros, they were. There's some racists out there. Don't get it twisted. And I'm talking
yeah,
about all skin colors on this one. But
yeah,
some of them just try to get under your skin. Well, they never thought that Madden would come this far. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
And then now they're getting caught up. That's why the younger generation needs to be smart on what they say.
yeah. Yeah, but anyway, my original point was just gonna be, but he doesn't really seem like the kind of guy that really labs with anybody. Well, I'm sure he does, but
You know,
yeah,
because
yeah,
I would say he probably does,
yeah,
just because. I mean, there's no way he would be this good by himself. I'm just being honest. Now, does he probably find stuff that other people don't? Yeah, I agree.
yeah. So and you played him in Madden 17 when the whole swerve exploit was there, and like if you remember, like I don't know if you probably remember or not, but was it something like, would you say that Volt, because obviously, like, people can swerve on you, because you have the defense for it,
Yeah,
but
the
would
no
you say,
swerve zone.
but would you say that he was probably the best at that exploit that
Oh,
you've
by
seen,
far,
or
by
yeah,
far. I mean, he was really, really good. And like, I would have people like Ty Eagles, Crush at the time when I used to talk to him on Gamer Saloon. People were like, yeah, right, it's impossible glitch, a swerve glitch, and I'm like, nah, you just got to learn to switch up really quick. And they'd be like, no, no way, it's a glitch. I mean, like I said, he threw a bunch of picks against me.
and then he got mad, and then he was
Yeah.
like, "Do you know who I
Do you know who I am? And then he quit out.
am?"
Oh man,
Yeah.
awesome though. Awesome.
All right, guys. So we actually have an update. We had Henry in a convincing fashion ended up beating Rage, so which was kind of expected. So in the second game that's going on right now is between Clef the God and V8 Dimes, and from the highlights that I'm seeing right now, or they're doing a live look in right now. We got Clef. He just got a pick. He just got interception, and he's up 14-3 late in the third. So,
Bro, I'm not gonna lie though. I'm watching the game too while you're updating. I am
yeah,
so butthurt at times, dog. I'm just gonna be honest with the podcast
yeah,
and to you. Like, man, these are the people that I used to play and handle just as well, and they're live, bro. That gets me.
yeah, yeah. I hear what you mean, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna see you on that stage at some point. I believe in it. So
I hope so. I appreciate it, bro. I'll be in a walker, bro. I don't even care. I'll be 70 years old hitting the button with my cane.
yeah, for real. Yeah, yeah. I just had to say something. I almost dropped something. That's what that was about. But anyway, no, I was saying because there's some people that kind of look down on I guess players that are kind of older and try to compete, but I mean, what's your response to that? Like, do you get people that kind of kind of make fun of the fact that you're kind of older and still playing, or
You
not
know what's
really?
you know what's funny, and I'm gonna be dead but honest with you. When I was doing money games in Madden 16, it was like 50-50. They'd be like, "You too old," blah blah blah, and then someone would be like, "Whatever, who cares, man?" Now that it's gotten bigger, I would honestly say it's probably 90% to 10% that are positive, that they don't care. Like, because you got Bugs who is
Right. He's
almost the same
older.
age as me.
Yeah.
You got Problem who's almost the same age as me. You got One Day User who's the same age as me. So I think there's a lot more like kind of cool looking stuff, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
it's gotten a little bit cooler. It's gotten a little bit better, and it needs to be like this. Like even if somebody's 50, like next year somebody's 50. If they're cool and they're good, who cares?
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of that, though, there was like a 45-year-old who played. What was the first tournament? The live one, Madden Classic.
Oh, I didn't know that there was a 45 year
Yeah,
old.
he was older. I mean, he was like 1-2 or 1-3. I don't even think he made it out of the first day, but he just plays on the weekends. Which I mean, who cares? You know what I mean? If it's fun for you,
Yeah.
like, what's it? Here, I'll say this. Here, I'll ask you a question, Trey, because you're really good at asking me the questions, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
What's the difference, right? Besides me playing Madden or me going to the bar.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean everybody has their hobbies. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I mean. Like, if I go spend my money going to the bar or going to the casino or whatever, or I play Madden, is it that big of a deal? Like, is it like? I mean, I think a lot of people that tell you if they say you're too old, I think they're intimidated. I think they're
Yeah.
worried that you're good enough.
Yeah. And I also feel like, and I think the reason like a lot of the older guys play Madden, or I don't know if they play like Fortnite or whatever, but I think that a lot of them in Madden, I think it's probably because they played sports growing up, and and I think they play Madden is because they kind of like to compete against other people at a high level. So I would say that's probably the reason why a lot of older guys
Well,
probably compete
that
because
that that's a perfect assessment, and it's also here. We're older. I can't go out and play football in the backyard like I used to with my friends. I
yeah,
might not be moving the next morning, bro. I'm just being honest. So
yeah,
yeah, it's still competition. I still get that blood pressure going, and I love
yeah,
competition. Like here, I'll say this: we get used to get together in family functions, right?
yeah,
Play volleyball. You know who was out there playing with the younger kids? Me. And then a few adults. There's adults that were my age that were like, "No, I don't
Yeah.
want to. It tired me out. It's too fun. I like competition." Now, do I get too competitive at times? Yeah, yeah. Even in the backyard barbecue volleyball games.
You're just yeah. So you would say that you're kind of a competitive person by
Yeah.
just kind of all your life. Oh,
Oh yeah, I hate losing.
yeah,
I mean, I'm not such a poor sport where like I'm
yeah,
smashing things, breaking things, but like yeah, I hate. Here I'll say this: perfect quote. I hate losing more than winning. I hate it. I hate it. I can't stand losing. It's worse to
yeah,
me than winning.
yeah, for sure. So moving on. This is kind of a topic that I thought of a while back. So, all right. So the other day I was on YouTube and I came across a video of this guy. He makes videos about this company, this video game company called Rockstar. They make the Grand Theft Auto games and stuff of that nature. Well, what he did is because there was a big controversy because I guess the workers at Rockstar Games felt like they were working too many hours, this, that, and the third, and so that kind of sparked an idea for me because I was wondering because I didn't even know, but I guess if you looked on the career sites like any company, like EA Sports or FedEx or whatever company, they have reviews from workers, saying if it's a good place. So anyway, that's kind of what I did, and let me see what I found out here.
It's 21-10 Clef right now. I'm just
Yeah,
talking 21-10 Clef right now. If you guys don't know, the Madden Champship is going on right now.
yeah, for sure. So, all right, so yeah, basically, I mean, what I did find out, online, it seems like for the most part, people that do work at EA Sports, from what I've seen, they actually liked it. I guess what the biggest complaint is that it's, I guess they don't really listen, which, is kind of like I kind of expect that because I think that they're a company that's kind of they're not like employee owned, if that makes sense. I think they're more, like by shareholders, you know, like people that invest in EA Sports. So, but I mean, I thought that it was kind of an interesting thing, and I actually have something else too after this. Um, so I actually found out I researched the kind of jobs, and I ended up finding four applications that relate to Madden, and I have screenshots of them. So, so apparently they're looking for a competitive gaming division, a league operations manager.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah. Okay, so this is what they said in the description. We are looking for passionate, determined, and humble individuals with the imagination to innovate, lead, and yeah. Yeah, I actually found like, three of them. But the thing is, okay, they want 5+ years of experience managing esports or major organized sports programs. And I mean, I think for me that's kind of where it's a little bit, because because I feel like our community in terms of like the competitive scene is kind of different. So if we end up getting, you know, a Fortnite into the Madden community, then it might have some trouble. But
You know,
anyway, I'll go ahead.
I was gonna say they got to figure out something though. I mean,
Yeah.
they got like I was just looking at like so I was on Twitter and this guy made a comment to me because I said because they're talking about the house rules and the house rules. I know
Yeah.
you probably read up on it, but the house rules. If you guys haven't checked out my patch notes, the house rules are basically they want to see what people think if you can't run the same plays over and over. If you have to switch up, if you have to play like real football, and it was really split, and it was trending on Twitter. That's how controversial it was. That's how big it was. And the thing is, half were like, "Well, they gotta stop it." Like in the NFL, if I'm running I form and you can't stop I form, the NFL players and coaches are gonna still run it. But my opinion is they're not gonna dumb out though. Like when they bring the 1-4-6 blitz, even if you ID it, sometimes the left tackle will dumb out. You've seen it, Trey.
Yeah.
Or the other side. So I wrote and I said, yeah. Oh no. The guy said the pros can beat it. Why can't you? And this wasn't to me. It was to the person he was writing. And I responded with, I said that I go they really can't beat it. I go that's why if you watch a live event right now, it's 1-4-6 and 3-4. Rinse and repeat. What they do with 1-4-6 is they either do a cover two and blitz an extra cornerback, or they switch up man coverage and blitz both cornerbacks, or they try to confuse you and drop everyone. On 3-4, they blitz everyone. They either put all four DBs in deep blue or soft zone or man coverage. And so what is that, Trey? That's like 2 to 3 plays, right?
Hmm.
So that's what I said. I
That
said it's
yeah.
roughly like 2 to 4 plays. I go, and pros do it against each other because they have trouble. They have trouble versus it. It's a brain dead defense. Every year it's brain dead. And pros have even agreed with me on this. You got the randoms who think like, oh, you're saying they suck. No, I'm not saying they suck. They're better than me. I'm saying they find OP defenses or OP offenses and spam it. You see what I'm saying? Like, I know you understand what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. And he responded with, okay, big shot. Why weren't you out there? Why aren't you at a live? I said this, and this is my point with EA. I said, why are you not competing today? I said, 2% made it. I never said I was the 2% of the 2%. Would I consider myself 2% of the general Madden population? Yep, you're damn right. 7,500 tried out, I believe. How many made the MUT draft online part?
I think it was like top 200 maybe.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
Xbox and PS4 combined. So that's
PS4.
what?
Yeah.
That's 1,500 out of 200. So I was one of 200 to make it. I just wasn't one of the 16. Like, and that's what I told him. I said, I'm not the 2%. 2%, Trey, made it. 2% made the live event. That's unheard of. Like, Madden needs to be better than that. They need to make 10% make it. You're telling me that they couldn't make 32 make live and pay out better? That's where I was talking about. And like I said, like what I said is it's a lot harder than people think. And it doesn't, like I told him, it doesn't change the fact that they run the same defenses against each other. Like the one guy told me, and I'm not going to say who it was, but the one guy who told me, he said it's just a guessing game.
Right. It's a
Right,
chess
because
match.
yeah, because it's still tough against them. It's still
Yeah.
OP against the pros. They just know how to pick it up a little bit better than the normal
The
Madden player.
casuals. Yeah.
Yeah. So that and that's my point. And so like I don't like I'm just gonna drop it with this guy. It's pointless.
Is he a pro player or
No,
just
he's more
someone?
like getting butthurt for pro players. He got
Oh.
offended because I said pro players have a hard time against the community plays just as much as the normal players or the regular players. They just can pick it up a little bit better. And lots of times they know about it before anyone. If you notice, they all get the game a little bit early. Some
And
of them
then,
actually
yeah.
get flown down there to test it out and say what they like. So they already have an advance of what's going to be popular. And so to me, it's like, it's still OP. It can still be OP.
Yeah, it can still be OP. And I understand. I mean, the 146, I mean, I struggle against it. I think it's kind of, cheap, but I still think there's kind of a lot of people that because I just think that there is some casuals that like when they get beat, they say, oh, this game is whatever, but but I think they just say that because they got beat, which and it's like, and I feel like a lot of them, instead of going to practice mode, and I think that's one of the things that because I feel like when a pro player gets what loses, I feel like he tries to like lab or go to practice mode, but like there's just a lot of people that they they get beat and they don't go to practice mode, and they just want the CPU to make adjustments for them.
You know,
They don't really care about trying to counter it themselves.
I,
They you know what I mean.
no. I actually fully agree with you on that
Yeah.
in a part, but they still complain. Like the pros, they they still complained on Twitter. Like remember when the hit stick was so popular?
Right.
They got mad. Well, they wanted it changed. The run game, they wanted it changed because, like I told you, what do they want to sit in, Trey? 1-4-6 or 3-4,
Yeah.
blitz everyone and hope the average player throws a pick.
Yeah. Yeah, and I understand that, and that's my because I kind of have problems with both sides. Like I have that issue with the pros, and I watched a lot of streams. Like they complain because they come out in a formation with six defensive backs on the field, 1-4-6, and they get mad whenever someone runs inside zone, and then they break a big run because they don't want to switch out of that one defense. So
Yeah, I totally agree with you, bro.
so yeah, I get that, and then but at the same time, I just think, okay, I'll give you this example. So there's a guy on YouTube, like maybe someone in the chat knows who I'm talking about, but his name is Flight Reacts. He's a 2K streamer, but he came into Madden, and he streams Madden, and he's not good in Madden. He uses the D line, and he just picks his plays from coach suggestions. Like he doesn't have a scheme or nothing, but he spends like 25, like $20,000 on his ultimate team, and he's getting wins just because his team bails him out. But whenever like someone makes a play against him, he's like, oh, he's doing nano blitzes and this and that. So, but I mean, I feel like all of us were kind of like that at a point in time, and I feel like there's kind of the decision to make to where like I'm just not gonna play and I'm just gonna complain or am I gonna like learn how to play the game and learn what's going on?
Oh, I definitely agree. And you know what's funny is it's about the like I don't want to say it the wrong way, but I feel like it's quitter mentality. Like if you're not good enough, people quit right away. Oh, I'm not the best, I quit.
Yeah,
I'm not the
yeah,
greatest, I quit.
yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah,
like me, I just like I try to learn and I try to figure out what works. And you know, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes things like really hurt me. I mean, there was a blitz, uh, Mike scrape a couple years ago, the Nano.
yeah. Rest in peace. That was Madden 16, I
I
believe.
used to pick it
Mike
up
Scrape.
all the time and
Yeah,
dot the hell out of people. It was one of my best passing years too, while running. But I really picked it up. I really could stop the Nano. Well, then there's been times that I struggle against certain blitzes. Like I really struggled last year at the start against the contain defense. I had issues with it, and until they kind of patched it, I couldn't figure out how to beat it. So I mean, sometimes you get things that you just can't wrap your head around, and that's just life in general. I mean,
yeah, and I think that I think that the blocking this year, like I don't know if you would agree with me or not, but it almost seems like the blocking, like the logic in blocking is kind of like clueless this year for some reason. Like I've seen guys like they'll like do the double team and all that, and that there'd be like one defensive tackle, and then somehow they're able to just spin out of like four people and then get a sack.
you know, here's what I think that will fix Madden, but I don't think the Madden pros, majority of Madden pros would like this. Maybe half actually. I don't want to throw every
Yeah.
pro under the bus, but I think if they made offensive lines matter, it it'd make the game amazing. Like if I spend cap right
Yeah.
on the offensive line, don't you think my offensive line should be able to block better for me?
Yeah, but it hasn't been like that,
Right.
it seems. Yeah.
They dumb out. The only thing this year that I've noticed is a good line helps the run game more. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah, and I'll say that too. I think that like if you're running like a stretch or like a play where like one of the guards will pull out to the side to help you block, I think that the run blocking is kind of better as a whole this year.
yeah, and well, you know what?
Yeah.
Next year, I'm just letting everybody know it will be a passing game. It
Yeah, it's
will,
gonna go back to a passing game
yeah, it'll be
next year.
definitely a passing game, and hopefully they have better blocking mechanics fixed or patched or however they do it, and that way you have a chance. Because if not, people are going to figure out how to blitz the hell out of you, and people are going to be pissed off, just like people were pissed off about overpowering run.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I mean, speaking of like patches, I feel like one of the things that they did was, I mean, the whole run commit thing, which I kind of liked how if you run commit, but then you catch your opponent off guard, and it's like, and then you're on offense, and you're like, okay, I'm pretty sure he's gonna run commit here, and then you end up passing, and then you would get an inaccurate pass, but I guess they tried to fix that now, which is good. I mean, I still feel like run commit is kind of trash though. Even with the patch, I don't think it really works that consistently.
You know, it's because they're trying to figure out how to make it fair. I think was it
Yeah.
last year that you could run commit and it worked really well, and if you quick through it, sometimes the defender would pick it off. Was that
Yeah.
last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're trying. I really do think they're trying to make more of a realistic game, But my opinion is, and I know I'm in the minorities, I think they make it for the general public, and the general public, for the most part, are not going to find glitches. They're not going to find little bugs that you're going to
Yeah.
beat and expose. Well, the thing is, they might need to get young people in there. I know that sounds crazy, and they want a certain amount of years, but who plays video games the most? Most of the time, young kids.
Yeah.
So I think I would like if I was the owner of EA and doing Madden, I think I'd bring in like some 18-year-olds that were huge into Madden and that played it all the time that were professionals. So I'd get a professional
Yeah.
and throw them in the lab and be like, hey, this is what we do when we find stuff. This is what we figure out. And I know they have a couple of people, but I just feel like maybe they might be too old and they don't understand like how's it working because what I found out is they were confused last year on the contain glitch. They couldn't figure out how to patch it for the longest time. So then what
Yeah.
happened is they made the contain dead.
Yeah. And then yeah, so instead because it was a glitch, but now they made it to where it doesn't work at all.
Yeah,
So
see, because they couldn't figure it out. They're like, oh, I don't know how they did it. Just like the scum kick, they changed it from 2 to 1 kick returners, and then the scum kick worked. And now they've tried to, or maybe it was the other way around. Either way, they don't really fully understand how things work. I do like that they put the Nano Detector in. Like, yeah, I know some people would like nanos back, but I feel like if there's nanos that are back, people are just going to throw the whole tub at you with the nano.
yeah, and it's like and I feel like it's kind of different now. I still feel like that even though there's nano protection, it's like I mean, I feel like the game's kind of evolved from like, Madden 16 to where it's like it's almost kind of worse now.
Well,
So,
here I'll give you something. A guy beat me right today.
yeah.
He ran dollar crossfire dog and was stopping
Oh,
my
I
power
mean,
run.
I guess it's, I mean, shit. I mean, I guess it's at least he ran something else other than 146.
Well, and
So,
see that's the thing. Even that I talked to our people that we talked to. I said I didn't see many people running strong close this year. I was one of the few, and then on Mutt Draft I noticed it, and the person was like, "Yeah, but it's in there every year." Well, sure, every play is there almost every year. I mean, like 335 odd wasn't.
yeah, that's been in the game for a while.
Yeah, and then the 1 year it was
Yeah,
overpowering. Is because 1 year each formation's overpowering. The only thing this year that I've noticed is they haven't changed what the community is. Like usually every year, like the first 3 months, you got let's just say nickel blitz, right?
yeah,
And then the second 3 months of the year, it becomes like 4-3 over, something like that. But
yeah.
this year, there's only been the same two all year. It hasn't changed. So I just think they're like screw it, go ahead, do it. But yeah, I do like that he ran something different. I just am really confused, bro, on how the heck he stopped me with dollar defense against power O when I have good linemen and good running backs and good tight ends.
Yeah, I mean, at least in dollar, I think you have it's like 146. You only have one lineman, but I think in dollar you have two defensive linemen, if I'm correct. But yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
on dollar you have two defensive ends and a defensive tackle, and what he was basically
Yeah,
doing, he was sending five. But I just feel like, in my opinion, when you have five people in I form, that you take it away, but maybe not. Maybe he figured it out. I don't know. Maybe he knew something. He was pretty good.
yeah, and Yeah, and I think something else is when you like when you're running a certain formation, like I mean there's some formations that you've been running for years. So like you kind of know like the formation by now like I mean I don't know if you can relate, but is there like one formation or like one play that you've been running ever since you started playing Madden that you still run, or does it just kind of alternate really
Um,
every year?
for a few years I've been running the same thing. For the
Yeah,
longest time I ran dollar. And it stopped the
right.
run and pass. And then whatever happened, they like changed the whole game up the last 2 years, and it's not working anymore. And I was running that since like Madden 11. But yeah, I like to keep the same thing. I mean, for the last 2 years, I basically had the same defense I run.
Yeah. And the one thing, like, I mean, we're gonna get into this obviously, later on, but but I think one thing that I would like to see them patch, like, I wish that they would make purple zones play good because I mean with all these crosser routes, like, and I'm not gonna lie because I abused tight offset, the Y out, I abused that, but it's like. It's so stupid. Like you could have a guy, you could run cover two, and then your quarterback that's in the flat would just like run off.
Oh
Like I
yeah,
was playing that.
I
Like
miss
I was,
purple.
yeah, and I would play purples, and even the in cover two, like they would run off, and it's like I would have a QB spy, and then he would roll out to the left. I click in on the right stick to send the spy, and it would send the quarterback that was over there for some reason. Like, what's going on?
Well, I've noticed they cover like the purples kind of work at times, but you have to have like 95 play recognition. Other than that,
Oh
they kind
yeah,
of dumb out. But they still should be better than that. You shouldn't have to sit in cover two or cover four the whole time.
yeah, for sure. All right, so I think that's kind of it for me. We have Clef the God taking on Rage. I think it is on the main stage. So unless Shane has something to say, or if anyone's in the chat has any questions, um, other than that, I appreciate you guys being in here. This is the West Coast Madden Podcast. We will be back next Thursday, and I believe that will be the Thursday after the Super Bowl. So
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. So we'll see you guys next Thursday, same time. Appreciate it.